Throughout my childhood up until basically now, I've had no privacy at all. There was so many things that gave me privacy issues. They used to bust into the bathroom to see if I was washing or whatever the reason was. Doesn't matter if I was clothed. At 16, my dad literally embarrassed, scolded, and humiliated me for watching porn. At 16, by showing me each video that I have watched and searched and telling me how bad it was. Had parental controls on, had a Ring camera on me and my little brother's room, and once took the door off because he was afraid that I wasn't doing what I was supposed to. Because of this constant monitorization, I have problems with my girlfriend even touching my phone at all. Absolutely hate it when she goes on my socials or anything. I hate it so much. Had to vent because I felt no one understood. Like, I literally crave privacy so bad I think it's abnormal. I don't think it's abnormal that you crave privacy. I think it's abnormal that your parents kept a ring light. I'm just gonna kill myself. Your parents kept a ring light over your room. Is it like you guys were making a bomb or something? Did you guys have a reason to be watched over like that? What's up, boys? It's Bumpkin, and welcome back to another one of my videos. Reddit. That's it, yeah. r/EntitledParents. I thought it'd be a fun idea to make a video like this, but I don't want to make it the same way that Dom does. I don't know, I feel like it'd just be cooler if I was like live action, you know? Here's my mouse, here's the cursor. I'm not signed in because I don't have an account, but it doesn't matter. Don't judge me, I don't have an account. r/EntitledParents. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe. Tell me how your day was, yeah? In the comments, that'd be cool. And yeah, let's get started. Holy shit, this guy typed out a fucking essay. I don't even know how people allow things like this to happen. There's a basketball court in the neighborhood, and one of the few public ones in the city. And even though it's not that busy, as basketball is not that popular in my country, we have some regular players. Today we were 15, enough for 3 teams taking turns full court. Everyone had masks. This public park has also a playground with swings on the side of the court, with a small wall dividing the spaces, some green areas, etc. All in all, a relatively big park. While we were playing, a kid, about 5 or 6 years old, let's call him Kevin, starts riding a scooter in the middle of the court. We kindly asked him to get out, as it could be dangerous for him. His dad, Bob, was sitting on the side watching his kid interrupt the game, so we decided to talk to him. Hey, could you please get your kid out of the court? It can be dangerous for him. We may run him over. This is a public court. He can ride anywhere he wants. Yeah, but it's a basketball court and we're playing here. You can take him onto the playground over there. Well, he wants to ride here. Okay, but we won't take responsibility in case something happens. We continue playing and the inevitable happens and one of the players runs over the kid. He didn't see the kid as he was running, looking to the side, and the kid was small. See? This was bound to happen. Take your kid off the court. We don't want him to get hurt or us. How dare you do this? This is a public place. He then stands up and goes with his kid to the playground. We continued playing as if nothing had happened, but I saw him on the phone. No way he's calling the cops. But alas, wow, that's awesome. I forgot this was Reddit. A couple of minutes later, a patrol car arrives. The officer talks to Bob and then gathers all of the players. Hey guys, that gentleman called us over saying that you kick his kid out of the court and threaten them. What? That never happened. Awesome grandpa intervenes. He's 62 years old and one of the regular players. He plays toe-to-toe with 20-year-olds. He's incredible. They played basketball with a 62-year-old? He must be lit. Officer, I'm by far the eldest here. Not only I have children, but grandchildren. I know what it's like to raise them and protect them. That guy is doing neither. We asked him to remove his kid from the court as it could be dangerous for him and for us. We'd understand if he was riding outside the court on the borders, but he was doing it in the middle of the court. Okay, thanks for the clarification. I'm going to talk to the guy. We continue playing while the officer is talking to Bob. The kid, as entitled as he is, starts riding his scooter through the court again. So we yell, "Hey officer," and point at the kid. Bob shouts, "Kevin, get back here." The officers left soon after without incidents. We continued playing as we thought the matter was resolved. Boy, oh boy, were we wrong. 30 minutes later, mighty Karen storms the court. She interrupts the game as she yells from mid. "How much longer are you gonna hoard the court? I see you playing here every single day and never let anyone else use it. Furthermore, you dare hit my kid?" Please note that our city has been under mandatory quarantine since June, but sports facilities have been closed since March. Does this even fucking matter? First of all, lady, put your mask on. Second, lower your tone. Even though this is a public place, it is a basketball court. You're endangering your son. If he gets injured, it's not our fault. You were the one that hit my child. How dare you? He's just a child trying to have fun. We're adults trying to have fun. That doesn't even make any goddamn sense. It's a basketball court. Take him to a fucking skate park anyway. Ma'am, he can go to the playground that's right there. And who are you to tell me what I can and can't do? Well then, why don't you go fuck yourself? She goes off. How dare you tell me to go fuck myself? You don't have the right to say that. You're probably a fucking loser without kids that only knows how to play basketball and has no life. I feel like anyone that is extremely good at basketball has more than any chance of a successful career. Like, is this a gotcha moment? What the fuck does this even mean? Oh, your kids, they're gonna be D1 athletes. Fuck you. Oh, okay. Sucks to be me, right? Lady, just go. She goes to the playground and starts filming us. Probably to shun us in social media. Don't know the English word for this. In Spanish is funar. That was actually pretty cool. You guys now know that. Shunning people on social media in Spanish is funar, unless it was incorrect about that. Anyway, we play a little more and we leave. As I'm leaving, I say to her, as overly polite and courteous as I could, "Farewell, madam. Please have a lovely evening." If I had a hat, I would have made a bow before her. She just gave me a death glare, but who cares? The nerve of some people. I wouldn't have even bowed. I wouldn't have told her to have a lovely evening. She could really trip and fall on the basketball court as I'm speaking to her, for all I care. People like that just want to find excuses not to take care of their kid, obviously. I mean, why try to tell your kid to chill or to go play somewhere else while 15 people sit on a basketball court when you could just let them possibly die on the scooter? 15 people on one court, someone's getting ran over and it's not the basketball player. Your kid's gonna get flattened. These are so fucking long. This is a retro one from the late 90s in the days of prevalent landline telephones. I, 19 male, was home with my parents over Christmas break from college. My girlfriend was a freshman and I was a sophomore. My mom was a 3-hour drive from our college. Our school conducted sorority rush for freshman women who chose to participate at the end of Christmas break. So she had gone back a few days early to go through the process. My girlfriend and her friend group all targeted a single sorority where they wanted to land and decided to pursue that when the time came. It was, to my immature 19-year-old mind, the best sorority. I had already gone into a fraternity a year later when I was a freshman. As was the case in those days, she called every night during the process to tell me how it had gone. I knew she would definitely call on the 4th night because that is when they found out which sororities gave them bids. Then they had to choose. So she calls the house line and why do they go EM? I get it. It's entitled parents, so everyone that knows this subreddit knows the whole vernacular. But fuck, EM, entitled mom, is what that means. And I just have to keep that in my brain. So she calls the house line and my entitled mom picks up. My mom was unaware my girlfriend was going through rush. I wasn't trying to hide it, but it's just not something we had discussed as mother and son for whatever reason. Anyhow, when my mom picks up, my girlfriend is clearly distraught and crying. She yells up for me to pick up the landline phone in my room, and I do. My girlfriend did not get into her preferred sorority. She received bids to all of the other good ones. I know this seems stupid, vapid, and privileged as an adult. I won't lie to you, as an 18-year-old, it kinda does. But to an 18-year-old, this can seem like a terrible event. She was sobbing and looking for comfort. As we're talking, I fucking hate this. Like, I comes rushing into my room screaming, "She's crying. Did you get her pregnant? Is she pregnant?" Then proceeds to kick me and tell me I've ruined her reputation and the family's reputation. Jesus Christ. So I have a sobbing girlfriend on the phone and a mom who is absolutely losing her shit trying to literally kick my ass behind me. I hung up the phone, told my mom to get out and that it was nothing as substantial as an unplanned pregnancy and to get out of my room. You already said that, but okay. Which she did in embarrassment. I then called my girlfriend, consoled her, helped her plan which sorority she wanted, and turned my attention back to my mom. She was certainly embarrassed but defensive, saying she was just concerned about me. I told her not to jump to conclusions in the future, but she was exceptionally defensive of her stupid actions. This was my first lesson that mom was not meant to be a parent to adult children, and ultimately led me to going low contact with her a few years later. Thanks for reading. Hope you enjoyed. It was a pretty interesting story until you basically said that you had disowned your mother. Like, entitled mom stole my saving fund. Oh, 2020 was a terrible year for all, even me and my family. 3 aunts get the plague. 2 of them are olds and diabetics. We were so worried about them. My mother got Dude, who the fuck wrote this? My mother got sick too. She was 3 months bedridden. I was 17 at this moment, so my big sis went to the home to take care of my mom in the house. Maybe they don't speak perfect fluent English, because like that shit was throwing me for a loop. She has 3 children with 5, 7, and 9-year-old. What? With 5, 7, and 9-year-olds? Stop. Reading this has actually become a nightmare. $40 for 10 hours. So I don't know if this belongs here, but it's a story. I'm 15, but was 14 when this happened. My mom works with a lot of single parents, and one day one of the moms asked if I was willing to babysit her 2 kids, 11 and 5. While she worked, and I was homeschooled at the time, I said sure. Some spending money. Here's the thing. I was there 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. and she gave me $40. That's $4 an hour for a 14-year-old babysitting for 10 hours after dark. The kids weren't mean, but they fought constantly and didn't do anything their mom said. For example, they would lie, use screens she told me they weren't allowed to, and they didn't really listen. She only left enough food for me to make for dinner for the 2 of them, so after leaving, the first thing I did was get dinner because I hadn't eaten at all. I just want to make a quick disclaimer for all the people that want to be a parent one day. If you don't know how to make a child happy or entertain them without using a computer screen now, then you won't be able to in the future. Congratulations, you have an iPad, kid. I also had to put them both to bed and then sit there for an hour doing nothing because they went to bed at 8:30 and it only took about 30 minutes to clean up. I dealt with temper tantrums and screaming fights for 10 hours for $40 and she never gave me more than 24 hours notice. So yeah, I don't know if this belongs here. You should probably look up some child labor laws because it definitely sounds like she finessed you. Definitely wouldn't take $40 to listen to a child, someone else's child, children in fact, scream for 10 hours. You're going to give me more money. You won't rub my feet? Fine. I'll just kill myself. What the fuck? Another memory from dear mom that I've reminded myself of anytime I consider forgiving her and letting her back in. About 6 years ago now, my sister, mother, and I were living in a small apartment. My mom is what I endearly refer to as an undiagnosed Munchausen's patient, like Munchausen's. Why the fuck? I'm glad that you thought this. I'm glad they thought this was funny. This doesn't even make any goddamn sense to me. I'm an idiot. She spent years finding the perfect doctor who would just prescribe her whatever meds she said she needed, give her whatever surgery she said she needed. What the fuck? Okay. And give her whatever surgery she said she needed. She once managed to get a doctor to remove her gallbladder after arguing with them for a year because she had 1 kidney stone. For as long as I can remember, she would complain about her ankles. She'd ask for foot rubs every day, quit work because sitting at a desk was causing it to swell. She conned her church into buying her $500 orthotics so she could work, then quit her job and never used the shoes. After years of dealing with her hyping up every sniffle and bruise into a hospital visit, claiming pneumonia or a fracture, then getting mad at the doctors for telling her she was fine, while letting her daughter's sprains and health issues go untreated, I stopped catering to her. You should have stopped catering to her when you realized that she was quitting jobs willingly left and right. Like, it sounds like she's had 4 different jobs in this story alone. After working a 16-hour shift with the lady for my previous story, I just didn't have the energy to do more than feed myself. The fun comes when she would scream at me if I refused to rub her feet or pass her things that were right in front of her. She would get so mad she would call me names and yell about how ungrateful I was. If I didn't immediately concede to her and do what she wanted, she would get up and storm to her room screaming at me about how she would just go and herself so that I don't have to worry about her anymore. The first couple of times I would cry and run to her begging her not to. She'd get her way and then smile like she'd won. But after maybe the 3rd time, I would just tell her to knock it off and walk away. The death of my friend happened soon after and I haven't looked back. I'm not sure why the death of your friend had to be brought up, but thank you. See, that's the thing with Reddit. It can be cool. It can be sweet. It has some interesting stories for sure. They be having so many inside jokes I just don't fucking understand. My girlfriend's family basically abandoned her for dating me. Oh my god. And this story is a novel. Do I read this right now? Shit. See, because I don't know what you guys are gonna fuck with more, shorter ones or longer ones, but Jesus. Alright, anyway, whatever. I dated a girl a year below me in high school for about 10 months. In those 10 months, she had broken up with me 4 times. It was very toxic relationship. After that, in graduating high school, I had seen other girls but never got serious with anyone. Fast forward to later in my freshman year, my ex's sister, who's my age, reaches out to me because she wants to transfer to my university and wants to know about it, and I'm the only one she knows. I start telling her about it and all the funny stories of my freshman year along with all the actual things she should know about the college. This gets us talking once or twice a week or so. I hear from her and that my ex has already dated 2 or 3 other guys after me and has completely moved on. My ex was the first girl I thought I'd loved because toxicity in high school, and so in order to give myself closure, I wrote her a letter. During that summer, the sister and I start to talk a bit more. She's in another relationship at this time. We end up having late night talks about feelings and even have Netflix parties virtually watching Avatar because there was nothing else to do in quarantine. I start to notice I'm developing feelings for her when she brings up her sister, and I don't care. When she brings up her college boyfriend, it bothers me a little. Fast forward to when she transfers to my college and we have talked a lot more. I realized that I'm starting to like her too much, and it was my belief she didn't like me because of the nature of who I am. So I confessed to her that I've developed feelings and say we should talk less so I can move on. We started talking basically every day at this point. Damn. Well, obviously you didn't do what you set out to do. She tells me she thinks she's developed fast feelings too and breaks up with her current boyfriend. Damn. We go on some walks together and talk, and at the end, I walk her home and hug her, but that's all we do. She talks to her sister, and at first she supports it, but then she says she's uncomfortable, so the sister tries to end things with me right there. It hurts, but I'm okay with this. However, the sister continues to reach out to me as if nothing has ever happened or anything was wrong, and we're friends again. So we basically repeat the cycle and start seeing each other. However, the only intimate thing we do is hug because she isn't sure if seeing me is quite right yet. This continues for the whole semester, and she tries to stop things multiple times, but then continues to want to see me. During winter break, I'm not allowed to see her because she's too afraid to tell her family she likes me and wants to date me. She has severe anxiety issues, and her family is also not very nice. However, her family suspects that we've been seeing each other because they know we text a lot, and her sudden breakup with her boyfriend and her desire to stay at the university despite virtual classes. This creates a lot of tension in her family. The mom tells her she's an awful person for even thinking of liking me and told her that she makes her cry just thinking about it. Furthermore, the stepdad yells at her and says that her and I never has happened and never will happen. On my ex's birthday, the mother tells the sister that she ruined my ex's birthday because my ex thinks we're secretly dating. Ex witnessed her FaceTiming me. Well, why the fuck are you guys FaceTiming while everyone's just chilling in the goddamn room? This, along with a couple of other things, pushes the sister to a breaking point, as she now feels that if she even talks about liking me, her life with her family will be over. The only person she can talk to about this situation is me, making her only pillar of support and making us grow even closer together. Okay, bro. Thank you for like the whole slice of life scene. Shit, it's a Reddit post, not a novel. I'm talking shit, my fault. However, she wants to see me one last time because she says she really needs a hug. Once school starts, we hug, but we can't stop seeing each other like we're crack addicts wanting just one last hit. That is an awful analogy for love, but okay. Her family believes they've effectively gaslighted her into thinking she's a terrible person and will stay away from me, but they inadvertently just pushed her further into my arms. Bro, this feels like I shouldn't even be reading this for a video. Sister also tells me that my ex had a bad breakup and had fallen in love, and it also thinks she loves some other guy. Basically that she doesn't have any kind of feelings at all for me in that way. Because of everything that happened, the sister's not emotionally okay and sees me as her only source of comfort, which gets us to see each other more. I don't know why he has to mention that like every single sentence. We get it. You guys are dating. You guys didn't even confess your love for each other until after you guys just started hanging out with each other. I don't get it. She gets help and sees a therapist and is back to recovering. We also have a very healthy relationship with lots of laughter, love, and communication. During the next summer, I can yet again not see her because she's too scared to tell her family due to the mental scar from her winter break. Towards the end of the next fall semester, the mom finally gets the sister to confess to her that she likes me and is very supportive at first. Right, of course. She encourages her to tell my ex because the mom believes it would be fine because it's been enough time and she doesn't want her finding out from someone else. The sister calls my ex and asks her if she still has feelings for me. She says no, then tells her that she's been on a few dates with me and likes me. My ex immediately starts insulting her, calling her a dumb bitch and accusing me of using her to get to me. Something I guess I could understand considering how it is from her perspective. The ex then gives her an ultimatum: stop talking to me or the ex will block her on everything and never speak speak to her again, and she hangs up on her. My ex then continues texting her like nothing ever happened. Unfortunately, the mom assumes the sister told my ex we were dating and not that we've just hung out a few times. The ex was going through a lot because of her breakup and school, so the mom and sister decide not to tell her everything just in case. The mom accidentally reveals that, bro, this is so like, what happened? In the next few days, the mom and stepdad call the sister and tell her because of what she did to my ex, they're no longer paying for her college and rent. They're making her file independent. They're taking her off the car insurance, all streaming accounts in Apple, no longer allowing her to come home for Thanksgiving or Christmas, taking her room apart at their house and putting all her stuff in trash bags and going on vacation without her. What kind of monster fucking family is this? I just read all this garbage just to find out that these people are horrible. Probably could have done that from the title, to be honest. Basically abandoned her. No, they did. She's filing independent. Like, my Lamborghini V12 Vision GT died. Like, shut the fuck up. Entitled mother gets slapped badly in the face after she destroys my car. That's all you had to say, and you probably would have gotten so many more likes. Ever since the bus ride, I stopped using my mobile and gave it to my brother. Until then, I would be spending the time studying and playing with my toy cars, and my collection was mainly into Lamborghinis. So this is about a toy Lamborghini. Okay. Until then, I would be spending time studying and playing with my toy cars, and my collection was mainly into Lamborghinis, and I have some great collections of these in my closet. It was my big brother's birthday, so hence everyone of his classmates, including the families, came to this party. I locked the room of mine because of my computer and notes flying around, made a mess on the bed. Moreover, my cars were in the rack with a glass small door opening. I then forgot the fact my big brother, Raghavan, that's a sick-ass name, actually kept his camera in my room, so I had to unlock it again and get it. My bad. Forgot to lock it. The dinner came with some spicy food and snacks while senior were gulping on some cranberry juice while kids were outside talking and playing. But then I knew I had forgot to lock the door, so I went back. You say hence too much. It's not working. So I went back and saw the door was open. The rack was open and one of my favorite Lamborghinis were missing. Luckily, it was not the Vision GT, but it was a Cian FKP. I was worried, so I went outside this time, locked the door, and went outside my room. Guess where it was? In the dining table in front of the relatives. I got no idea why this came here, so I took it and came back this time. I saw two kids who live in the nearby apartment. One who was friendly to my brother, helping her with the house and stuff. Another being her elder sister, who just involves herself in other people's business and makes a fuss over everything. Okay, well, I can see who you don't like. She fears for nothing except her husband. The women were in the kitchen, so I was able to interact with these two punks. Bro, you've got to be like fucking 30 talking about these vehicles. You may realize what they did next and why I call them punks. Okay. I guess he was just too lazy to throw some names in. Open the door. I'm unable to. This lock is too hard to open. What are you guys doing? We actually want to get inside this room. There's a lot of cars in the glass rack of the room. Yeah, they're looking so good. My parents won't buy me one because they were expensive. I'm not even gonna cap. It just sounds like he wanted to flex his novelty car collection in his 10-inch glass garage case. Like, listen, collecting cars is cool, even if it's toy cars. Why is he pretending like he just spent $3 billion on these vehicles? Lil bro took your Guinea. Is it that hard to get one back? Like, is it that rare? Is it rarer than the actual Lamborghini? At this moment, I knew if I opened the door, I would lose more, so I snuck the C in behind my back and slowly about to escape out, but I bump into the big M. Watch where you're going. Oops, sorry. There it is. Give me that car. I was looking for it everywhere. No, I won't let anyone have this. I kept it in my room rack so none except me could have it. You opened my room without permission and took this car. Why did it take you so long to say that when they were very clearly opening your door? I don't even know where he has this rack. How are people in it? Clearly, bro has never stepped foot into a party. You always have to have something big and obvious that's telling people not to go into a certain room. That way children are too scared to go in it. Dude, I don't like this one at all. So I cannot sleep because my next door neighbor is yelling at his folks. We call him Yeller. That's so goddamn original. They moved into his house temporarily because a tree fell on their house. Yeller is helping them pay for it, and we didn't have about any trouble with them for the 2 weeks that they have been in the neighborhood. Apparently though, they're the type of people that think that buying too many expensive things makes you snobbish. From what I overhear, and I know I shouldn't be listening in, but I can't sleep. They had been selling off some of his stuff, game and game con. You tried really hard to say consoles. Watches, clothes, I believe. Apparently they were putting that money toward groceries, so it sounds like they're not keeping that money themselves. They did this yesterday and today. Oh wow, apparently Yeller won't come out to dinner with his girlfriend and was proposing to her. Only when he had opened the ring box did he find that the ring wasn't in there. What the hell? Isn't that like the first thing you figure out when you're proposing to somebody is my ring in the goddamn box? Parents took it and pawned it for gas money and cleaning supplies. Damn. Wow. I don't think his parents are staying there much longer. They even pulled out the "your stuff is our stuff" card and calling him spoiled. I'm hearing him yell at them to get out of his house. Honestly, in what reality is it okay to sell off your host's stuff, kid or not? That is rotten. No, what's rotten is knowing that your kid is trying to propose to someone, so you sell the fucking ring. That's rotten. I had to ask how he didn't notice. How about that ring? Because I checked the box earlier in the morning, I put it in the jacket I was going to wear and thought I didn't need to check it again. Yeah, you usually don't need to check something again as long as it doesn't fucking move, but if someone's just kind of stealing items from you, I guess I can see how you would just lose that. It's a lot more understandable. I did ask how his girlfriend reacted, and she was as upset as he was, but they just both concluded that the ring might have fallen out or slipped out. He didn't want to think his parents had anything to do with it off the bat. Didn't you just say they pawned it off for groceries and shit? Okay, so did they pawn it or not? She said yes, by the way. Mazel tov. I have to study in a bathtub. So I have an exam tomorrow, and I wanted to study, so I sat on my chair and started. Not even 3 minutes later, my dad came in. He wanted to play CSGO on my PC, so I had to get in my bed. He started playing, and as always, he started to swear. I asked him to be quiet, and he said, "My house, my rules." So I went in the bathroom, the only quiet place in our house. I'm now in the bathtub. What should I do? It's cold here. Found a hairdryer. Now it's warm. I wonder if to this day they're in the bathroom. Let's hope not. This is like the most man-child post I've seen in so long. Imagine going into your daughter's room to play CSGO on her PC so you can swear at children online. And then while your daughter tries to finish her education, tell her to shut up because it's your house and your rules. Low-key, one of the most unwelcoming lines I've ever heard a parent say. But, you know, your daughter is now sitting inside of the bathroom studying because you wanted to play CSGO. That is, I would only expect to hear that from a fucking kid. Only children do shit like that. Even then, I feel like if you tell a kid enough to shut up, they'll stop. Adults get to use the, "hey, I have the power here" move on their children, so it's so easy to just become a goddamn neckbeard. Please never ever end up like this guy when you have children. When you're an adult, giving a kid consideration can go a long way, and it just might help suppress your shitty habits in the process. This is like the saddest thing I've seen on the entire website, and we just got done talking about a family that ended up, and I just finished a post about a kid that got his savings taken away from his parents. Emphasis on his savings, but anyway, we're not talking about it. It's an interesting subreddit. I'd definitely be down to do this one again, but I would like different ones more. Don't give me the same shit every other Reddit user does, alright? None of that gotcha life cringe. That's fucking Dom's, and I'm not stealing it unless I really feel like it would pop off. Love you, Dom. If you guys enjoy the Reddit videos, let me know in the comments. Leave a like. Both of those things are very easy ways to tell. Trust me. Like, you think I'm joking? Nope, dead ass. Leave a like right now. I'll immediately know that you want another one. In fact, do yourself one better and just subscribe, and we might just have to be best friends. I'll take you on a picnic date, and we can eat cashews only for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're not really allowed to complain while we're eating the cashews because I hate people that complain while I eat my food. That shit makes it so unappetizing. I'm just saying stupid shit so I can get to 30 minutes, and I can hear you right now hating in the comments. Wow, you're just trying to get to 30 minutes? Talk about no effort. Shut the fuck up. This video's like 30 minutes, dog. I love y'all. That's why I made this. Oh, and if you're still like here and everything because you made it all the way to the end and this is a long ass video, comment something stupid like I don't know, Gucci bucket hat. Comment Gucci bucket hat. All lowercase. It has to be all lowercase just so I know you were actually here. Gucci bucket hat. And I'm just saying right now, if anybody in the comments decides they feel the need to reply, wondering what's going on, just let them know with Gucci bucket hat. Just fill their replies with Gucci bucket hat because they just had to be here at the end of the video to get the joke. If you weren't at the end of the video, then you missed the fuck out. You know what I mean? Dude, turn on your notifications, alright? I don't know if notifications are broken or not, but I can't remember the last time I checked to see if those bitches even worked. Are they even still broken? I remember at one point nobody on YouTube would stop complaining about notifications being broken. If you don't get my notifications, you should also let me know about that. There's not much I can do about it, but I am really curious. If for some weird mind-boggling reason you aren't getting my notifications still, I don't know, dude, send a letter to Susan Wojcicki. I can't do anything about it. If I said something to them, they would spit in my face and laugh and tell me to move on. Look at me. Sub count on like 400k, view count on 10. Like, I don't... Alright, I wonder if I have enough footage. If I don't, well, damn. Fuck. You know what I mean? But like, I'm sure that you guys have got a good amount now. I feel like a good 30-minute, 35-minute, maybe even 40-minute Reddit video wouldn't hurt every once in a while. These are fun. I like to read. You guys like listening to me read. Hopefully, you better. Otherwise, why are you still here? Yeah, you do. You do. Don't lie about it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, be sure to comment down below so I can go heart it. While you're at it, go follow my Instagram and my Twitter. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace, peace.